shiznit that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So I got cut off by that last live. Let's see if anybody catches on to the fact that I went back on. Highly doubtful. We'll see if it fills back up here in a second. I got it's the fucking internet, bro. So we're gonna see if anybody else fills in here. I'm hoping everybody catches on to that. Just was just a fluke. Unfortunately, this idiot here is like, yeah, the phone might die, so just in case the phone dies, that's what happened. And unfortunately, it wasn't the phone, it's the damn internet. It's the damn internet. It wasn't even the phone this time. So, and we were up to like 220 people, which was a great audience for the shit that I was just about to spill out of my mouth. And right as I was about to spill that shit out of my mouth, I was getting a phone call from one of the people that's, spearhead and help out for the USARK Florida stuff. And I'll be calling him back afterwards because I'm sure he's got some important shit to say. So let's try this again and see if the internet. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Either A, this phone's going to continue to charge. I did check that. We look like we're pretty clear for that. So I don't think we should lose out as far as the phone being charged or anything like that. I don't think it'll die. I'm in a grocery store in Tampa, Michelle says, and she's got me on there. Well, I'll keep you company while you shop. Hopefully they had more stuff at your grocery store than they did mine because there wasn't shit here. So, unfortunately enough, it sucks. It's a funny number. We got 69 with us right now. We had 220 something before. Hopefully everybody comes back. Like I was just at the peak of the important part of the damn message. So, fucking, God, I hate this internet. So hopefully they'll be able to fix that internet tomorrow. All right, we're building back up. We're building back up a little bit, so let me just spit it out. So I got this meeting tomorrow. It's with USARK Florida. Like I was about to say on the last part, I don't want anybody to hate me out there. If you guys support USARK Florida. I'm not talking about the regular USARK. You should be supporting the regular USARK no matter what. The regular USARK, just so everybody knows, if you didn't catch it before, the Lacey Act amendment that was federal, that was being implied that they were going to do the amendment where we couldn't interstate trade or travel with anything that was exotic wildlife across any state lines. That was thrown out. USARK got that done and over with, so that's been thrown to the side. So we got that. That was a big win. Now, what we're about to talk about now is USARK Florida. Oftentimes people confuse the two. It's not the same thing. It's not the same deal. It's not the same people. It's not the same organization. You have USARK and then you have USARK Florida chapter. The USARK Florida chapter was brought in a couple of years ago when we had the questions on the conditional species and some of the law changes that were being proposed and some of the bans that were being proposed, mostly for the invasive species that we have here in Florida, the larger pythons, things like that. Do I agree with a lot of the ban? No, I don't. I'll say it flat out. I'm not afraid to tell the state how I feel. What I'm afraid to do is attack the state blindly in anger and say weird shit in opposition to some of the things that they do and say. Do I disagree with everything they do? Absolutely not. Do I agree with everything they do? Absolutely not. This is life. This is real life. This is the part where, as adults, you have to realize that as much as we want to be free to do what we want, freedom comes at a cost. Freedom comes with stipulations. Freedom isn't just freedom the way that you would think freedom is. Freedom often comes with regulations, rules, and laws, and we got to follow that shit. It is what it is. Some of us don't like it. I myself, we'll get into that shit with my tattoo and the meaning behind it. We'll do that shit later on. I myself, I respect the laws. I follow the laws. I do the shit that I need to do. And that's how I operate. But I don't have to agree with every single one of them. And if I don't agree with it, I will speak up and say it to my inspectors, to the people. I'll say, I think this is ridiculous. I don't think that we should be doing this. The thing with the iguanas and the tegus, I understood it. But to ban it flat out right was probably not the best way to approach it because of the fact that we as a community would remove more tegus per capita than probably anybody else that you were going to get out there to do it. Now, we do have Mike Loretta out there that has a contract. He's going to be able to remove a bunch of those guys. But with the amount of people that were out there doing it for free with the iguanas and the tegus, we were clearing out more than was being populated. Well, I'm not going to say more than was being populated, but we were clearing out more so then what's going to be cleared out now that it's not legal to go out there, do the trapping, and send it out into another state. We don't have to kill every single one of these animals. There's plenty of places outside the state itself that will take in these animals, that actually want these animals, and they pay money for them. So a lot of people were making their money just off of that alone. So do I agree with the ban? No, not necessarily. We had a conditional species permit for that stuff for the longest time. We pit tagged our stuff. I feel like the iguanas and the tegus could have been added to the conditional species permit and we could have moved on. But that's not the way things went. The way things went was they flat out banned the shit. Yeah, plain and simple, and they turned it into a prohibited game where it's a prohibited species. You can use it for scientific purposes only, which basically means that if you're doing education or you have an open park, you had to meet certain qualifications to be able to keep a prohibited species and get that permit for you. I myself was not particularly interested in getting the permit. I did fill it out long before it was due. I never got it back, but I'm not going to fight the state because essentially if you didn't get it back by October, they're not going to relive the situation and give it back to you now. So if you haven't filled out, and you're in Florida and you haven't filled out that paperwork for the prohibited species and you have those prohibited species, you're going to be in a load of shit, considering the fact that they're not retroing the whole deal. So you can't say, okay, I want to fill this shit out now, because it was due last October. So if you weren't there last October and you didn't get your permit last October and you have some shit now, you might want to make some phone calls. That way you don't get in trouble and you can safely place your animals somewhere rather than having them taken from you and euthanized, which is it's oftentimes what happens. And that's the part that I don't agree with. But I will willingly say that to my state, and I don't say it in an offensive manner. I don't say it with any malice at all. I say it with very much understanding. This is the part that I want to get across for the whole thing with USARK Florida, the state, all that stuff. You know, there's all this talk about we need to work together. We need to work together. FWC is not working with the industry, and then vice versa from my eyes alone. And this is my personal opinion, and this is what I don't want to be attacked for. This is what I saw when I had said something about USARK, about me wanting to ask questions before I have any real input on it, because I want the education behind what I'm saying. I don't want to just spit out how I feel about something. I want to have education behind what I say so that what I say holds water and it's just not one man's opinion that could skew a bunch of other opinions or thousands of other opinions in one way or another based off something that's not real and or based in fact. So I wanted to find out for myself exactly what was going on with the whole deal. So I'll say things on both sides, and I would hope that everybody would remain respectful to one man's opinion and the freedom of thought that you all need to have yourselves as well. We have a government. We all know that stuff. Everybody has a government. Everybody out there is under the thumb of the government from one way or another, and it kind of does suck in some aspects, but it's kind of necessary in other aspects, I think. I don't know. I'm not too political with the shit, so I don't really get involved in that stuff. And at the end of the day, as far as my politics go, it's within my industry alone. So I'd like to be able to say things on both sides without getting accused of anything at all. Because one time I said something like I said, I don't even remember what I said. I just basically said, like, I want to ask some questions before I fully support USARK Florida. I do know a lot of people lead these on the board personally. Like, these are personal friends of mine. So they respect what I have to say, and I would hope that you guys would respect what I have to say the same. But some people had backlashed and said that I was negative, naive, this, that, and the other. I was basically being an asshole because I had said something, and all I had said was that I got some questions that I asked before I fully submit to being a member, and I am a member, but in order for me to be active in the membership, I need to know what the fuck we're doing. I need to know what the deal is. I need to know everything for myself. I have blindly trusted many of people before. It never fucking works out when I just have a blind trust in anything or anybody. So in the beginning, I'll always trust you. I'll always give you the benefit of the doubt. I give you all the rope in the world to either play jump rope with it or hang yourself with it. At the end of the day, I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I want to believe that there's good in every agency. I want to believe that there's good in everything that we're doing. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. So what I like to do for my personal self is get as much education about the situation as possible before I dive into something, because I don't want to blindly follow something just to blindly follow something just because everybody else is blindly following something, or just because it's a hot topic that I can get some views on and possibly make some money off of. It's not It's not my deal. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to make my own damn decisions. I'm here to, and doing this for as long as I have, and having a family, animals, things that I have to do on my own. I've had some help. Nate, thank you for helping. Appreciate you. Everybody that's helped me out there with my animals, appreciate you. I've had some help, but I don't have a lot of it at all, and but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that shit, and I don't complain about it, and I'm grateful for everything that everybody has done for me. Now, having said that, let me move past my rambling and just basically say, as far as USARK Florida goes, yeah, I have questions, other people have questions, and I'm going to say it like it is on that side too. Just like I don't agree with some of the stuff that the state does, I don't agree with some of the stuff that USARK Florida has put forward. And I've talked to these people, again, some of them are my friends, some of them, I know all of them personally, I just don't know all of them at the level of that I know a couple of the people on the board that are really, really good friends of mine. But I do know pretty much everybody as we ran the circuit together when I was doing the reptile breeding, importing, and exporting. I've met all these people that are on the board. I know everybody. I've seen everybody at least as an acquaintance, so I'm pretty familiar with the board. Now, having said that, I will say this. I disagree with some of the things that they do, as much as I disagree with some of the things that the state does. But I think that we all have issues, no matter what. The state, agencies, organizations, people, me, you, every fucking buddy else, we all got issues. We all have things that we have to work on. And I don't see that shit happening. I made a phone call and I literally spent hours. I spent hours on the phone. I spent hours on the phone with Chandler, Tyler, Steve Brazil. We called Chris and Gabby. We called my buddy Andrew, his entire wildlife park. We called other wildlife parks. I called Kurt. I called Brian. I called other people from the board. We had a conference call with some people on the board. I did a lot of legwork, and the reason why was because I called Kurt with some concerns, with some rumors that were going around, things that were being said from people that aren't even in the state, and I'm not going to mention the channel or channels that were doing it, but people that are not even in the state weighing in on shit that they should never be weighing in on, spreading some misinformation as far as what goes on with the laws here in Florida. And I don't fucking like it. I don't like people weighing in on shit, especially when you're protected in your state over there. You don't have the regulations we have. Florida is the most highly regulated state when it comes to wildlife, and there's reasons for that, ladies and gentlemen. We're like the Mecca. There's only a few ports where this shit comes in, and most of it is running straight through Miami. So of course we're going to be heavily regulated, but it's not that hard to follow the laws. So on the end of USARK, I have a bunch of questions. I've done a lot of research. I'm going to put those questions out professionally. I'm hoping that it's a professional manner. I look the way that I look, and I am the way that I am, and I'm straightforward with what I have. But I'm very professional in a conversation like that, and I hope I'm met with the same type of respect, because I'm going to respectfully ask questions, and I'm going to hope for these answers back. Now, you can join in. You can go to their website, and you can go to the Zoom meeting. It's at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. However, you do have to sign up to be a member. That's the part that I disagreed with. When I had this conversation with them, we offered them a free venue, a wildlife park. A friend of mine in their wildlife park offered a free venue for all of us to go sit down, since they always complain about money and they don't have enough money and all that other bullshit, that we can go sit down somewhere and all meet with a bunch of people who are not members but have the ability to have far more reach than I could ever even imagine, as well as wildlife parks and other wildlife parks and other zoos and facilities and ZAA facilities that wanted to weigh in and wanted to figure out what was going on and wanted to be a part of what was involved. So I made hours worth of phone calls, hours that I did not have. I don't have the time. I don't have the time, but I still see the reason to protect everything that we have going on. And in my eyes, I'm trying to protect my family. That includes my animals, and I'm trying to protect the career path that I chose when I was a child, that I've worked for since I was a child. And ever since I was legally able, all I've done is run wildlife parks and do what I do with my shows and my animals. That's all I've ever done. Aside from construction here and there, I still do my construction. I just do that shit for myself now, because I don't particularly want to do it elsewhere. That shit is hard. So for you guys doing construction out there, fucking kudos. You guys rock, because that shit is difficult labor. And I do it for myself. However, most of what I've done my entire life is animals. So that's all I've ever done. That's all I want to do. And I just want to protect my animals. I want to protect my interests. And of course, I want to protect my kids. And I want to protect the investment that I just made, because if all falls out, then everything that I just did I'll be the fastest person to foreclose on a house that you've ever seen in your entire life. So we're trying not to go that route. Now, having said that, I'm going to this meeting tomorrow to ask these questions. If you want to join, like I said, you can go over to the website, but you have to become a member. That's what bothered me. So the part that bothered me is that we offered a free venue, and there is an open meeting. I have to say that because I have to be fair on all sides, I'm being very unbiased here on the whole situation. But having said that, September 18th, there's a live meeting, public meeting. It's at the Sunrise Civic Center. That's back where I used to live. I'll be going to there too. Anybody can attend, whether you're a member or not. If you feel like going on tomorrow, you have to go to their website, you have to sign up. It's a free membership, and basically what I said was that, I went on the Instagram and I had said, look, this seems unfair. You should open this for everybody. That was the whole point of me even making these phone calls and trying to get everybody together and trying to get everybody to calm down and stop fighting, because a lot of stuff was about to come against USARK from a lot of people that have a lot of reach. So we were able to buffer all that so that everybody could have conversations and talk to these people and figure out what's going on, because they want to protect themselves too, and people feel like they're under attack. And I'm not going to give you the background of why they feel like they're under attack, because I don't feel like it's business that needs to be put out just yet. That could happen inside the meeting. But it hurt a little bit because I did take all this time, I did all this shit, and I put in all this legwork for an organization that I have nothing to do with. They've done nothing for me. I've done nothing for them other than shout them out a few times and whatnot. I have the free membership, but as far as it goes or whatever, I've offered my help, but I've never been contacted. A friend of mine, Mary, who is literally just at Gatorama the other day, thanks for visiting, Mary, she had reached out to Daniel Parker when I had done one live, explaining all the backbiting and the fighting that doesn't need to be happening, all the bullshit that we're causing, and more problems that we're causing, fighting with each other, because we have no togetherness, we have no community, and we need a community to be able to do anything at all when it comes to laws, rules, and regulations, if it's something that you don't agree with. But I don't think we should be attacking the state at every single turn that they make with any captive wildlife ruling. I don't think we need to show up with 150 people as far as like a bite protocol and be like, oh shit, don't do that. I don't think that's the way to do it. Pick and choose the battles that are correct, and then show up with a lot of people, and then make sure that they know, like, hey, we are together, we are an industry. And that was the point of me doing all of what I did, was to bring more people together. So to see that Tyler had posted this should be open to everybody, and then the response was, well, we have to give priority to our members first, but you can sign up. It's a free membership, this and that and the other. That's the equivalent of me meeting a guy on the side of the road, and he goes, hey, I got this membership for this really cool thing. Do you want to sign up? And then I'm like, hey, what is it? What's it all about? What do you got going on? What's the deal? Tell me about the membership. And he's like, well, if you sign the membership, I'll go ahead and tell you all about it. So I don't think that's the way it should have been. I don't think that's the way it should go. I think everybody should have been able to be involved, and you will be able to on September 18th, but we were trying to do it before the expo. And the reason we were trying to do it before the expo is to help out USARK so that they had more support at the expo, so that people could get a bunch of shit off their chest, because as buzz goes in the community, they're not doing too hot right now. Anytime I hear about it, it's not really good things. There's some negative things going around, and I'm trying to fucking buffer some of that. I'm trying to help that out. And then they put the priority to the members. And I responded as well, saying, if you're saying that you're giving priority to the members, but in the same breath, you're complaining about the fact that FWC isn't working with us as industry people, or people in the industry, which I've been working with them for 17 years. They seem to work well with me. But at the same time, you're giving priority to your members, which is the same thing as not working with the industry, because what if there's people that don't want to be a member but are in the industry, but they still want to help out? So are we excluding all those people? So there's just a bunch of questions that I have to ask. My thing to you guys is this. I'm going to ask a bunch of questions tomorrow. I'll see if we could do it live. I don't know if they're going to let me do that or not. We'll see what happens. And then if anybody has any questions that they want to ask, if anybody has anything pertinent that they want to ask before the expo or anything like that, go ahead and shoot that shit over to my Biteforce _. I'll read it, and then what I'll do is I can ask those questions at the board meeting tomorrow. Jess, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'll ask those at the board meeting tomorrow because, like I said, I am a member. So if you're not comfortable signing up for the free membership, even though it's free, if you want to know more about what's going on, I can better assist that. So if you guys have some questions but you don't want to go on the Zoom meeting and you don't want to be there and you don't want to sign up for that membership just yet, then go ahead and shoot those questions over to me. I'll help out the best that I can. All right. Having said that, that was pretty much it. That was the update. It was just the fact that I'm trying to get you guys consistent videos. Hopefully tomorrow these guys will fix the internet and we'll get that done. Hopefully we'll be able to do some consistent, as soon as they slam the internet out, if my stuff uploads, then I'll be able to get you guys like 3 or 4 videos back to back to back, which would be really cool. So that's going to be good for me. That'll kind of like ease my mind a little bit and it'll kind of give me a little bit less pressure. All right, now having said that, we're done with the important shit. We're done with the talk. We're done with the nonsense. And just want to let you guys know there is that meeting tomorrow. Other than that, I do have to say on the other side of things, thank you to USARK for putting yourselves forward. Thank you guys for doing what you do. Thank you for even, taking the time to respond to me. The only part that I didn't like was there was a friend of mine that, went out, reached out to them about that video. I didn't finish that part, and said that they were going to reach out to me and talk to me about a few things. That shit never happened. I had to reach out to my buddies because the guy, Daniel Parker, maybe he doesn't like me. I don't fucking know. Not that it matters, but he was supposed to reach out to me for some help. Instead, he was reaching out trying to get to Chandler because Chandler was going to post some stuff, which you may or may not see in the future. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out. But he was more trying to get to him to try and stop something rather than come to me to try and build something. So we're trying to put out fires instead of trying to build a fort. And we should be building a fort. We should be building a bridge for everybody, and we should make everybody comfortable. And it should be all inclusive. I don't care if you could be a member, if you don't want to be a member, if you don't want to sign that thing, so you don't get a bunch of emails and stuff. If you just want to read and be kept up, you should be allowed on the website. It should be open, the whole 9 yards. I just think that we're delivering more division. Period. End of story. And I don't know what the game is, but we're gonna find out. And does anybody have any questions or anything that you guys want to talk about now? I got about 15 minutes left, and then I am out skis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for hanging, by the way, and I'll say that again at the end. But I think there was some questions that we had beforehand, but start firing some questions out, because now we're just going to talk just you, me, and the rest of fucking everybody else on here. So, is it USARK or USARK FL that we need to join to participate tomorrow? USARK does their own thing. They do it very quietly. That's the number one thing I enjoy about them. USARK had put out the fact that the Lacey Act Amendment might be changed. That's pretty much the last we heard of it. We did a little video to let everybody know. They handled their shit behind the scenes without scaring the shit out of everybody, and then they passed that law. So USARK Florida would be it's USARK Florida. If you go to their Instagram page, it's literally USARK FL, and you can find their link, and then you can go to the website if you want to do the free daily membership and sit in on the Zoom meeting. Apparently they can only hold 100 people there, which is why we offered the fucking venue, but that's besides the point. But if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, then like I said, go over to the Biteforce and just fucking let the questions rip, and I'll ask those questions for you, and then I'll get back to you with some answers. All right, we got Kelly Farrell with nothing but the utmost respect to Justin, always praying for your family, human and non-human. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. The Weirdos. I like that. That's a good name. I really like your animals and content. Thank you very much. Rose Russell, quick catch up for you. Some of the chat has voted. Hold on, I lost it. Here we go. I lost it again. Why do I keep losing this? All right, I'm going to hold my thumb here. You doing a shirtless calendar. Leave on the hat. Hold some cute animals each month. Each month is a different thing on you. So far, it's water, milk, oil, sweat. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I mean, I could take the hat off too. I just don't want to take it off with the fro that I got going on. I don't mind when I cut my hair. I take my hat off all the time for, weddings, funerals, the beach. I just like to cut my hair beforehand. All right, John DeMars. If the internet doesn't get straightened out, check out Starlink. I watch a YouTuber named John B. It keeps moving. He uses it in the middle of nowhere, and his is in a main cabinet. It says it's fast. The only problem is bad storms. Ooh, shit, bad storms. Well, there have been some bad storms every 37 seconds out here, so that could be it. But let me read that one more time. Starlink. I will remember that. Starlink. The Weirdo says, what's your favorite animal? My favorite animal on Earth would be the Komodo dragon. My favorite accessible animal would be anything Heloderma, which is beaded lizards and Gila monsters. Those are always going to be my favorite as far as reptiles go. As far as mammals, I would have to say my favorite animal would be a giraffe. Those guys are a lot of fun. They got a lot of personality. It's really hard to pick though, because wombat, that would be like up there. Like a dream animal. I've never even got to interact with a wombat. That would be a dream animal. Kat actually messaged me the other day and asked if I could get a wombat, and we don't get the Australian stuff, but I would love to. Question: How's the build outs going? P.S. Go check up and read for your entertainment. What are we reading? I don't want to ruin this name. Darshna. It says, P.S. Go check up and read for your entertainment. You might be talking about. Hold on. Let me see. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. The build outs are going slowly because of the materials. So hopefully I'll be breaking ground tomorrow. As far as all the other ones, the small guys are doing good. Erica, what's up? What the fuck is going on? Oh, shit. I hope it's not kids. What's going on, little munchkin? If it is a kid, sorry. Uncle Jay's got a bad mouth. Hello, Erica. How you doing? I will restart so you can understand what's going on. Knock it out. What's up, Jerry? Mr. Jerry Phillips. Miss seeing that little Dolphins sign up there. Hey, Dolphins, this year maybe they got a chance. That's what I'm talking about. Whitley, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing is a better question. Groves, Reckle, you're a joker. Hope it made him smile. Yeah, it fucking made me smile, all right. Do I have a P.O. box? We're going to be getting a P.O. box. I don't really have a problem with too much people sending mail to the address. I mean, eventually we're going to be getting it it's going to be probably like open for private tours. So, I mean, I'm not really too opposed to the address thing, but I think I might get a P.O. box if anybody wants to send anything. But if anybody does have anything to send, just hit me up on the Instagram. I usually give you my address. I'll back check you and stuff, make sure you're not any Jeffrey Dahmers or anything like that. But I got some big dogs here, and then you got to go through me too, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, we got Callie Kit Kat. Hey, Uncle Jay, just want to say thanks for being an awesome human. Your niece held lemonade stand today for her first trip, Florida fun. That's what I'm talking about. Tell my little niece over there, you keep working working the stand. All you got to do is keep pushing forward. And it's getting hot out there, so you should start selling lemonade like nobody's business. That's what I'm talking about. Get that Florida fun going and come and see us. Grove Russell, yes, I definitely saw your donation. Actually, if I swing back up here, I can probably see. Yeah, no, I saw it. Yep, I saw it. Thank you, Mucho, to everybody out there. I saw that. How long will it take you to get your permits? Only the state will know. That was from Caroline Jones. Only the state knows those answers. I do not. Tanya Palmer, remember to send me a photo if you still want me to help with artwork on merch when you finish with moving. Love from Denmark, Palmer's Art. Palmer's Art, you know what? I just got back onto my Instagram today, so I've been trying to hit everybody's messages. Palmer's Art was literally the next one before I had to go do a bunch of work. So I'll be getting back to you tomorrow. I got some really cool people that helped me out. Arvimation, I don't know where she's been lately, but she helped me out with some stuff. I got Cody Miller Tattoos, has been helping me out with some designs too, but Palmer's Art. You guys should check them out too. I think it's Palmer's Art on Instagram. Go check that shit out because she's got some crazy shit over there. Doreen meeting with us with US Arc on 18th of September. Yes, that's the open meeting, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna do more old man tales and videos crack me up. Benjamin Jones. Yes, absolutely. We're gonna be doing those as soon as we can. I go check out Tyler. Also, feed. I get caught up here. There you go. Also, for clarifying, Justin, I had a suspicion it was US Arc FL, but wanted to confirm. Yes, they are two different entities, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that it's both sides. You have US Arc that's run up north, and then after that, it is US Arc Florida for us down here. I'll hold to it. I'll hold to it if you guys want a calendar. It's weird. I don't know why you would want a calendar of me. That's the creepiest shit ever, but I'll give it to you. I give the fans what they want. No problem. Alicia Stage says, we appreciate all of your effort. Hold on, let me get my blind eyes up here and get real close to the screen because this is hard to read. Can't wait for the home. And it moves again. Can't wait for the homies to be home. Also, second, the shirtless calendar. All right, looks like we're doing the fucking calendar. All right. He says, no, not the hat, bro. It's a part of me. People ask me about the hat all the time. The reason for the hat is very simple. I've been wearing a hat since I was 12. I feel naked without it. My hair it gets pretty froey, and it gets pretty weird when we do the fro shit. So when I get a cut, it'll be there on there too. I mean, when I get the cut, I fucking take that shit off all the time. Don't forget the kids' feet on your calendar too. Well, anytime I'm doing anything with the kids around, they put their feet in my damn face anyway, so I'm pretty sure that probably wouldn't be able to get away from that. Although there'd probably be some weird people doing some weird feet shit with my kids' feet, so we'll probably keep those off the calendar. You guys can do as many weird shit things as you want with my calendar, if I was on the calendar, if that was a real thing, but as far as my kids' feet go, I'll protect my kids' feet. Oh shit, here we go. I thought we were gonna cut out for a second. Here we go. Okay. All right, so the phone's gonna die here in a second. I was reading Katie Culver. Let me get to Katie Culver. I'm gonna do 2 more questions after that, and then we're out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all, there is a time and a place. This was the time and place, not during serious conversations and the information that we should be paying attention to. We should all be paying attention to. Yes! But now it is the time and place, so knock it out, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can do whatever you want. You guys can do whatever you want at this point. But yes, please do heave the message from before. It was a serious message. It's a real message. And one of the biggest message in that message is, please, ladies and gentlemen, do your research. Do as much research as possible. Don't just blindly follow things just to blindly follow things. That's how PETA got here. PETA literally got here from so many blind followers, not even realizing the behind the scenes of PETA and the conglomerate that they've been able to literally build. It's a multi-billion-dollar conglomeration, and I'm pretty sure they put down probably more animals than any other agency in the entire face of the world, and PETA just wants to see nothing but a monopoly. It's okay for these people, not okay for these people. It's them picking and choosing whoever the hell they want to do shit, and we don't want the same thing happening. And if you don't want that happening, make sure that whatever it is you follow, whoever it is you follow, whatever it is you do, stay true to yourself. No matter what, always be yourself. Never be afraid to be yourself. I don't care how many people hate you. If people hate you, you must be doing something right. Or you're an asshole, one of the two. But if you choose to be an asshole, then you choose to be an asshole. As long as you don't hurt anybody, dudes, be yourselves. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to be a free thinker. That's the one thing I don't like. I don't like any organization, not the state, not the government, not any side organization, not any company, not any person in general to try and take anybody's individually out of them at all. You know, that's just not fucking cool. Like, stay true to yourself. If you have a belief, hold that belief. If you think it's real and true, stick to that shit, because you're the only one that's going to be able to change anything. And if you just blow past it because somebody says, you know, that's an unpopular opinion or whatever, then so be it. We've had so much change in the world, and change happens with that unpopular opinion. Somebody has to be the odd man out. Unfortunately, this time it's going to be me, and I don't really like that shit. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to ask uncomfortable questions, and hopefully it can be done in a professional manner, and you can get by these things and move past these things, and hopefully it's a viable option to do whatever it is you're trying to do. But if you want to create change, sometimes you got to make waves. If you want to create change, sometimes you got to just be in the waves. It just depends on the situation. So you got to know whether you're paddling against the current or going with the current. But you can't do that without proper education, and you can't do that unless you're willing to stick with what you believe in your heart. And I'm one of those people where, like, I've been through a lot of shit. A lot of you have been through a lot of shit. Everybody, I'm sure, has some dark ass shit in their past, present, or future. It's gonna be there, it's gonna happen, or it already happened. Katie Culver knows exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of people do. And the fact of the matter is that no matter what, no matter how shitty things get, you got to stick true to yourself, and you got to keep pushing forward. People keep telling me that, and I got to do it myself. I had my mother here the other day trying to tell me it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, you got to chill out, you got to chill out. And I didn't want to chill out. I wanted to be upset. I wanted to be stressed out. I wanted to be depressed. I wanted to be all of those things. I had my PTSD kicking in. I got all these things on my shoulder. I just don't see things working out the way that I want them to. I grow impatient. I want it now. I want the things to happen now. I want these enclosures built already. I want the materials where they're supposed to be. I want all this shit. But sometimes even myself, I have to calm down, and I got to stick true to what I'm doing, keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. And I also have to make sure that I don't sway my beliefs or throw my belief system out the window just so that I can fit in with any certain crowd. If I don't fit in with a certain crowd because I stuck by my beliefs that I think are true and morally respectable and morally what we should be doing, especially when it comes to the wildlife side of things, I'm here for the animals. Anybody that's in the industry should be here for the animals. If you're not here for the animals, then you're not in the right place. And for me, it should be all about the animals and never about the fuck. Not this shit. Not that. I mean, it's fun to talk. It's fun to hang out with you guys, but it's supposed to be about the animals. And I was raised that way. I was raised to put the animals first. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'll do until the day that I die. And if that means that I have to lose people around me, or if I have to be the most unpopular person ever, as long as the animals get taken care of, that's the only thing I fucking care about. And you guys. Love you guys. All right, so Dave Hogan. How are the enclosures coming as far as the fro goes? An afro pick on your Amazon wish. All right, this one got a little jumbled up. As far as the fro goes, put an afro pick. I think that's where it caught me out. It says out. Yeah, I know what he meant to say, because this shit happens to me all the time. So as far as the fro goes, put an afro pick on your Amazon wish list. I'm sure one of these fine ladies will grab that for you for the calendar. Man, if you saw me pick out this fro, bro, it is some serious shit that goes on, my brother. All right, let me get 2 more questions before this phone dies. Alan Malone, by the way, he's up here. He set up a fan page. I'm going to go join that. It's on the Facebook. I'm allowed to say that, I think. He can't say it, so he says Facebook, which I thought was the fucking funniest thing ever, because I thought he just was getting it wrong or whatever, but he has to say that, otherwise it takes his comment down. So he put up a fan page. If you guys want to go join, I'm going to go join tonight myself. All right, let me see who else has got going on. Tim Given wants to know how Master Blaster's doing. He's doing phenomenal. Those would be the last guys that I move. Those guys I am not worried about. Obviously, they're modern day dinosaurs. They're pretty much doing what they do. They're doing extremely well. The connection that I have with them is obviously different than the ones that I have with the mammals. The mammals I have to spend as much time with as possible. The alligators are going to be alligators, and I'll be able to gain what I have back with them on a relatively quick pattern. Once I get them over here and we start the training, it'll take 2 to 3 weeks to calm them down, but it's still an alligator. He could still kill you. It is what it is. You have to be careful. You have to do your things carefully, but I'll be able to dial those down a lot quicker than if I lost the respect that I had from the mammals that I own. That's a little bit different. Tammy Moore asks if there's a Home Depot or a Lowe's there. Do you have a preference for stores with lumber supplies for your build outs? We're checking out some stuff. I'm trying to see if there's smaller lumber stores or lumber yards to get some things for cheaper. Everything is so damn expensive these days. There is a Lowe's way down the road. There is a Home Depot way down the road. I believe that's more in Okeechobee and or Fort Myers, LaBelle area. But those are there. The live comments do disappear. There is a way to get them to stay up there. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I have seen videos where you can see the actual live conversations back and forth. But that's why If I ever do anything or answer a question, I will usually either try and answer that question with the question involved in the answer, or I'll ask the question and repeat the person who said it. So again, Heidi J, these live comments disappeared, don't they? That was the question. There was your answer, and that's why I do that, so that you guys can follow along for anybody that's watching this after this was done and posted. All right, now we got a lot of people that said a lot of things. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here because I think I missed a couple of things. Me and my human once again. We'll send you hardline internet options in your area. And where are your glasses? The glasses are actually right over there. D got those for me. I'm gonna unplug the phone real quick. Hopefully it doesn't die out. So because I'm so damn old, the only problem is these glasses work great with a book. But as far as the damn computer screens or anything like that goes, the glasses don't work out quite as good. But she had caught one of my lives where she figured out that I was blind as shit. Which is probably not a good thing, especially doing what I do. But she bought me these snazzy little glasses. You can fit them in a little case and do your thing or whatever. But it does bother me a little bit with, oh shit, man, it's like HD. Holy smokes. But if I look at a screen too long with them, it makes me a little bit nauseous. I'm not used to the glasses. However, I will say that they do wonders for the book. Like I said, it's like HD vision. This whole time I thought I had 20/20 vision, and then fucking out of nowhere I put these bad boys on and got into one of my books, and I was like, holy hell, this is what's been wrong with my eyes this whole damn time. Holy shit. All right. 2 more questions, dudes. Let me scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anybody. I think there was one that was highlighted. I think that was actually D. Hold on a second. All right, I don't see anything. All right, let's get two more questions. We're at 41 minutes. We might as well keep it going. But the phone's unplugged now, ladies and gentlemen, so you're on your own. We got Holly again. Holly is hilarious. This girl is fucking hilarious. Anytime she sends me videos, I was upset because she sent me some videos the other day, and usually she sends videos and it's like beautiful scenery, beautiful shit. Her backyard is like a dream for me, and then she'll usually also have some funny ass shit. So I'm not sure. I still haven't been able to open those videos, but usually still she has the accent too, which kills me because I love that accent. New Zealand, I can't even speak. New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, all that shit. I love those accents. And then to me, for one, like I love the accent, and then 2, like when they make jokes, it's fucking 20 times as funny as when we do it here in America. All right, so Holly says, I have a whole keg of Tuatara coffee beans to get you still. I'll message you. I'll tell you my address. Now that we're at the new place, you can 100% send that. I'm going to try the coffee. I want to try the coffee. So, kg is now, I realize you're an NZ, so it's probably kilogram. It's a whole kilogram. I'm assuming it's not a keg of Tuatara coffee. It's a fucking kilogram, so I read that wrong. But she's going to send that over. I appreciate that. I will love that. And then I'm going to display that because I don't have anything from New Zealand, so it'd be awesome to get something from New Zealand. So thank you very much. Gotta put the monkey pee in on the calendar. John DeMars, wait till you see the t-shirt that this dude, Cody, had designed for me. I got a couple of them because I'm not sure that everybody's going to want to wear this shirt. But I'm going to wear the hell out of the shirt, and it's hilarious, and it has something to do with what you just said. All right, Mary A. So is your video in the cloud or only on your phone? That's a good question, Mary. I have no idea. The videos do go to the cloud. I got more storage space with the cloud because I thought it would clear up my phone. That's not how that works, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you know, just because you buy more cloud space doesn't mean it clears up your phone space. So that's still a thing that I have to deal with, which is very confusing, by the way. Yeah, fuck Apple. I'm sorry. That was just in the back of my mind, and I was trying not to say it. For my mother, I'm trying to tone down the things that I say. I don't think that it'll ever happen, ever in a lifetime. Cali Kit Kat, kegs of coffee is the way to go when you get old. I feel like I drink a keg of coffee every single day. Michelle, merch. That's another thing. Dude, we are so stuck on this damn merch. I want it to be here already. I'm fucking dying for this shit. And this one t-shirt. Wait to see the Monkey P t-shirt. Becky already got it. Monkey P t-shirt, dude, but it looks legit. Like, I only got a few because it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a funny like type deal, but it actually looks like somebody peed on your shoulder, so I'm sure somebody's gonna walk in and be like, damn, what the fuck are you sweating out of your body, son? Like, what the hell's that? But it's actually funny. It's got the Bite Force logo and then just pee on the back with no explanation. So I thought that was pretty funny. So there's your little sneak peek, and hopefully this shit comes in soon because it's been taking forever. Rose Russell, what's the average cost of an enclosure? It depends. So we have so many different specs that we have to go by as far as the regulations here in Florida when you build out. So class 2 animals require different from class 1 animals. Class 1 animals require different from venomous stuff. Venomous stuff requires different from class 3 stuff. So you have different gauge wires, you have different materials, you have different things that go into it. I like my lumber all to look pretty much the same. I like a uniform look. I like it to look nice and classy. So I'll be using pressure treated wood, and we'll be hiding all of the seams of the wire and stuff like that with more wood to make it look kind of like Treetops has got going on, kind of like Mark McCarthy's got going on. I like a nice clean look. I like enclosures that have a lot of space in them, not just for the animals, but for myself. It makes it easier to work in, and it also makes it easier to keep the relationships with the animals much safer, because if they get an attitude or if they're having a bad day, they have plenty of space to walk away. So the enclosures, especially with the wire that I have to use for my monkeys on the class 2 side of things, which would be the macaques, depending on the size, I may have to start with a smaller size just because of the fun situation that we're in now. But it would probably cost for a good size enclosure for my lemurs. We're talking about $3,000 to $4,000, maybe a little bit less when we're talking about a good size enclosure built in the same way. And the only difference is the wire, and then also the safety doors, as well as the lockout, because I'll have a lockout for the class 2 stuff, not the class 3 stuff. I will have safety doors on everything, but that ends up being about probably 3 years ago. I could have probably built the entire enclosure 20 feet by like 40 feet, exactly what I wanted. I could have probably built it for less than $4,000. Now it's probably kind of cost somewhere around 65 to $7,000, somewhere around there. That's just for the one enclosure, and that doesn't count like having a drywall shit for the venomous room and stuff, which I could take a longer time on that, because I'm gonna do the upstairs room up here just to keep my beaded lizards, because that's all I really have for venomous right now. So it is what it is. But let's get one more question, and then I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna try and look for a really good one. This is not the question that I'm going to end with, but I see it and I just want to let you know. Alicia Stage asked, where do I buy your merch? You can't. I can't even buy that shit yet. I'm waiting for it to get here. As soon as it gets here, we will put it up, and then we will give you the ability to, we do have a website. I think it's biteforce.tv or something. Brian's supposed to be working on that. We might put it up on there. I might have it on the Instagram. I might have it on YouTube or Patreon. I don't know where the hell we're gonna do it. I'll make sure that you guys know it's out there. I'll make sure it's accessible for you. I'll find it one way or another. I'll find out how to do that for you guys. But we're not going through the third party. We were gonna do Teespring, and we were gonna do some other stuff, but when we looked at the quality of the t-shirts, we didn't like the quality at all. I got a few samples, they sucked. The shirts that we're going to be getting are exactly what I'm wearing right now, which is the CSG. It's like, I want to say it's like half cotton hat. It's very light t-shirt. I've had this shirt literally for like, you could tell, I don't know if you could tell in this light, but my shoulders are tanned out because of how much I'm in the sun with this shirt. And I've had this shirt for like 5 years, and The logo is still good. This is my buddy's stuff. This is Crocstar stuff or whatever. But it's a little tanned on top. That's the only problem I've had with the shirt so far. This is the shirts that we're going to be getting. I love the material. It's light. It's nice. It fits well. And then we have something for everybody. So don't worry, ladies. We got your stuff. We got some tank tops. We got some big boy shirts too. So don't worry about that either. We got all that shit coming for you guys. All right, now let me get one more good question. Everybody is now saying Teespring sucks. Yeah, that's why we didn't go with them. I didn't like it. The fucking quality of that stuff just, it goes really fast, really fast. Like the logo's like on there and then it's done. I'm lagging. That's like a metaphor for my life. Somebody said that. All right, grows. I will. Pay for run, buy check, share, blah, blah, blah. This is just me mumbling, trying to find the last good question. All right, so we have Oscar Corleone. Oscar Corleone. I've heard that name before. All right, do you talk to the guys up at Nerd? I do talk to one of the guys over there, back and forth every once in a while. I used to deal with them back in the day. There was a guy, Alan, there that bred some stuff, and I used to buy all his bar neck scrubs. He did a great job with those. I used to have a better relationship with them. Ever since this whole shit started with the fighting back and forth and all that stuff, haven't really gotten involved with anybody right now because it's getting a little out of hand, so that I don't disagree with everything that everybody does, and I don't disagree with wanting to make money. I just think that what we're putting out for people is going to eventually get to the younger generation, and it's going to start to paint a picture of an industry that is supposed to be something that we're not portraying correctly to the people that are coming after us. And if we're going to portray, and if we're going to have these platforms where we can reach all the way across the world, then I feel like we should use it a little bit more responsibly. What I see, and I'm not saying Nerd, I'm saying channels across the board, what I see is a lot of hypocritical shit. They'll say something against somebody at one point, and then they'll do the same shit, but then give like a justification behind why it's okay for them to do it and not the other person or whatever. In a nutshell, I'll talk to anybody in this industry. Like if I see them, of course, I'm going to give them 100% respect. Like I'm not going to attack Kevin or anything like that because he attacked Chandler, or Chandler because he attacked Kevin. I don't get in the middle of that shit. So if I see Kevin, in the general public, I'm going to go fucking shake his hand and have a conversation. Why not? So there's no reason to be an asshole to anybody. Somebody asked if I'm going with Troy to Salem. I'm not sure. That depends on the state, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on with the state. I don't know how long it's gonna get them to Michelle, I'm on the DMs. I'm getting as quickly as I possibly can. But yeah, back to the Salem thing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the time to do so. It really just all depends on the state and how fast they get out here. If they don't get out here fast enough, then I gotta wait for them. Benjamin Jones, I got you, my boy. I got your size for the shirts. I think you were the one that might have said that before, so that was especially for you. All right, last question and I'm out. I keep saying that, and I never do. I never fucking do. The sad thing is communication directly rather than video. FeudNet is grown-up way to behave. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Darshna, and I hope I'm not destroying your name. Unfortunately, everybody thinks Donnie has everything to do with it, but let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just put it to you guys like this. Yes, 100% correct. If you guys want to deal with something, and I'm not saying you guys, I'm saying if those guys want to deal with something, they should be doing it behind closed doors, not on a platform. But I get it. It's fucking drama. And what do we like to watch on TV? ID Discovery, murder stories, true crime. We like drama. I don't like the Kardashians. I couldn't watch that shit to save my own life. But people like that shit. They want to see what's going on in other people's lives. And what's good? Drama. We create drama. We want drama. We want that bullshit. So it gets them revenue. No matter what. If you attack it, I could do it right now. I could attack a large channel, and as soon as they see that shit, fuck this guy or fuck that guy. Of course, what's going to happen? People are going to watch that shit. They may attack me for it or whatever, but I'm going to get a shit ton of views and I'll get a bunch of money off of that video. Like when they post those videos, those guys make more than I make in a whole year off the one damn video. So I get it, but at the same time, be adults, call each other up, or don't call each other up. Leave each other alone. But the whole thing of going back and forth saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, this guy's wrong, he said that. Fucking A, bro. Like, grow up, dude. It's time to be adults. And everybody puts Donnie out there for it. And I see it all the time. And well, it's Donnie, it's not Kevin. I run a channel, and if Brian put up a bunch of shit attacking everybody else's channel, Brian would no longer be with me. Period. End of story. Love you to death, Brian, but Brian wouldn't do that. He's not an aggressive person. He doesn't like confrontation. He doesn't do that shit. He's on the same level that I am, where we should all be together and respect one another and have like true human being feelings towards one another, which is difficult even for me. I have to work on that shit every single day. I have to work on that. Every single day I have to work to try and be a better person. I have anger issues in the past. I've had angers, that's run my life for a long time. I've had bad things happen to me. I've put myself in bad positions. Shit sucks. Get over it sometimes. I live in a world of depression and PTSD all the time. People don't know that. People don't tend to know that stuff. Like, I often get depressed and I can't help it. It's not something that I can help. It's just something that overcomes me, that happens and moves on. So when I see these guys bickering and bitching about the smallest of things, it bothers me. And then we put it on Donnie because we want to protect the guy on the pedestal. We want to say, well, that guy's cool. He knows his shit. And he is. He's cool. He knows his shit. He does well. But at the end of the day, he has full and complete control. It's his business. It's his face going out there. And then if you go and I watched a live that somebody had sent me from him directly. And it was him on live with somebody else. And I don't know the other kid that was on there. All I know is that he didn't get to say a single fucking word. Every time he was asked a question, he would open his mouth. And then before he could speak, Kevin would start slamming Chandler again, or slamming the state of Florida, telling us he's privy to all of our information for the tag meetings, which we're not even privy to. So, no, I don't think that he's like legit he's not fucking blind to it. He knows exactly what's being put out. So, I will say this. I don't disagree with having a channel. I disagree with using it in the way that they're using it, but it is their right to do so. So if they want to do that shit, knock it out. Fucking argue all day long. Fight back and forth all day long. Does it give the state what they want? Fuck yeah. It gives them exactly what they want in our state, not up there. It's easy to toss that shit up there because they don't have to deal with that shit. Ain't nobody coming for their shit. Nobody's regulating them. They don't have to follow the same laws that we do. So it's easy to attack somebody down here because you got your safety net up there all day long. And then vice versa down here, I'll say it about my own boy over there, Chandler. You want to fight with him? Fucking fight with him. Is it embarrassing? Fuck yeah, it's embarrassing. There's no reason for it. Do that shit in private. But if you want to do it in public and you want to make your money off of it, I am not opposed to you doing it. I just don't watch. So I suggest to any of you guys out there, if you don't like something you see, don't watch that shit. And don't let it bother you. Just move right along. Just skate right by. Because it's not going to change. We're not going to change that shit. The only thing we can change is ourselves. That's the only thing that we can change. It's the only thing that we can do in this world to make any difference is to change our own selves and change the way that we do things so that maybe that shit trickles down and hopefully then some more changes made just based off of you alone. So that shit can start with you. I just don't pay attention to it at all. I don't pay attention to the shit. I don't want a drama-filled life, dude. I've been doing this since I was born, since like I was saying, and all I want to do is fucking enjoy my animals. Like, these dudes are so lucky. That's the part that fucking baffles me the most, is you're so fucking lucky. And I, too, am grateful for what I have. And I've been lucky in the past. So many times I have fallen into this shit over and over again, and every time one door closed, another one was there to open 10 more doors, and I've had the pleasure of working with more species than I could ever care to imagine that I ever thought was possible. And even now, in the shitty ass situation that I'm in, I'm still happy that I'm fucking here. I'm still happy that I'm doing what I'm doing. I may not be where I want to be right now, but I'm still stoked that I'm here. I'm still stoked that I get to do what I do. And do I have depressing days? Fuck yeah. Do I have really bad days? Absolutely. Do I have times when I want to give up? Yeah. Do I have negative thoughts? All the time. Do I put that shit out everywhere? No. I'm not gonna fight. If I got beef with somebody, I will bring that shit to that person's doorstep, and that'll be the end of it. And that's it. It's just me and that person, not me, the person, and the rest of the damn world, because what they're trying to do is divide you guys as well. So what I suggest is if you don't like seeing something, just ignore that shit, and just like, it gets old after a while. I get it, but you know, it's their right to do it. It is a public platform. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. But so yes, I would absolutely talk to Kevin. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think his beliefs are a little bit skewed, and I think him weighing in on our subjects here in Florida is absolutely childish and ridiculous, because this guy's never had to deal with the state of Florida in any way, shape, or form. He's never had to deal with these fucking laws. He's never done any of this shit. I've been doing this shit since I was legally able to, and before that, I did it with my father and everybody else. And I've done nothing but do wildlife parks and public presentations of public wildlife parks. So I had to deal with the feds, I had to deal with the state, I had to deal with U.S. Fish and Wildlife, all the way across the board, all these laws. I had to deal with all this shit all the time, on a constant basis, yearly, being inspected by multiple different agencies, from everything from class 1 cat permits all the way down to venomous, crocodiles, class 2 cats, the alligators, you name it, we got the permit for it, and we're highly regulated, and I've never had any issues. And then to hear a guy from out of state with a safety blanket talking about what we need to do here in Florida, no. It's just not the way it works. Not the way it works. But having said that, yeah, I still respect him 100%. I just think he may get some information and maybe trying to make some money, or maybe trying to do whatever moves he's trying to do to what's the word I'm looking for? Basically to get something from the problems that we have. They're trying to, it's the C word. Come on, help me out here, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a break here. Give me a break. They're trying to capitalize. Bam! Damn! Brain farts like nobody's business. People are trying to capitalize off the bad things that happen to us. Period. End of story. And quite frankly, the bad things that happen to us, thank you, Katie. She came in there with it. Benefit works too. Capitalize, benefit, all that shit works. But they're trying to capitalize off of that stuff. That's how I feel. That's my personal opinion. It is an opinion. It's not a fact. I don't know what their game is or whatever. But yes, I do have respect for Kevin. I do have respect for Nerd. I got respect for Chandler. I have respect for everybody in this game. And if everybody had the same respect for everybody else and could just deal with things on a level of adulthood, then we'd be a lot better off. Period. End of story. But boom. All right. Mary A. Sweet little Mary A. Mary A says, Justin, you have been a business. Justin, you have been a business owner. None of these young Florida guys have been there yet. YouTube isn't a business. Nerd is a business, but Donnie takes the fire instead of Kevin. Yeah, he sure fucking does. Yep, he does. Well, I mean, you know, some of these guys, I mean, Tyler's got his business going on or whatever, and YouTube became a business for a lot of these guys, and but which is cool. Fuck yeah, do it, man. Like, that's it. There we go. Here he is. Justin, can you explain why you stink at COD? There you go, Brian. There it is. I knew he was gonna pop in on my shit eventually. So it's Mary A. Mary J is what I'll be doing later on tonight to go to sleep. So Mary A was the one with the kind words. And basically, yes, Nerd is a business. YouTube became a business for a lot of these people. It's a very profitable business. It is, if you do it correctly. If you have the ability to Justin, you missed my donation. Shirt off, boom. Sign off at the end. All right, I got you. And no, I didn't. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for your donation and for your donation in bringing up the old calendar that looks like I'm going to have to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what I was saying before that. I got sideswiped, but I'm going to go ahead and end it here. We've been going on for far too long. Nobody's going to watch this shit. But at the end of the day, dudes, like, it is what it is. Like, we just have to learn to come together and respect one another. And no matter what bullshit, Chris S., he made it for the second part. Long days. I'll have to catch up on the topic. Yeah, you will, because you made it at the very end, my dude. We're all nerds, exactly. We're all damn nerds. We're all damn nerds at the end of the day. And, dude, we should just fucking, god damn it. I just wish the fighting would stop. I just wish the bickering would stop. I wish the bullshit would stop. But it's not going to stop. I've been in this industry long enough to know that no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, I've been here since I was a kid. This shit has been going on since the beginning of time. The only difference is back in the day, if you had a problem with somebody or something, you had to deal with that shit in front of that person. Now you don't have that. Ooh, that's a beautiful name. And I don't want to destroy it. Is it Akashi or Akashi? Salandra, that is highly exotic. She says happy Monday and thank you guys very much. But yeah, so fuck it, let's end it here. Everybody's saying boom, so let's do the fucking boom. Chris, thank you very much for joining at the end there. Appreciate everybody's donations. You guys rock. Patreons, thank you very much. Remember, if you didn't catch the first part of this, I'm going to be doing Patreon shout-outs as soon as I can get these videos up and the internet fixed. So if you don't want your name out there, please reach out on the Patreon and let me know that you don't want your name out there, because I'm going to be throwing that shit everywhere. Talked to a buddy, Josh Cooper, and his wife the other day. We had an idea, because you guys, before you guys go, hold off, before you guys go, we had an idea that since the Patreon kind of is paying for the enclosure, that we were going to go ahead and put everybody's name on there. So if you guys think that's a good idea, go ahead and slam that in the comments afterwards, or go ahead and go over to my Patreon if you're already there. Send me a message over there, or go to Byteforce, or that's Byte, oh jeez, here it comes. Byteforce _, that's on Instagram. Justin James Ogalata, that's on Facebook. You guys can reach out there if you don't want your name out there as well. But thank you guys to everybody. You guys rock. You guys are all awesome. Love you guys. You guys hang in there for so long. It's been an hour. Why do you guys listen to me for so long? I don't even want to listen to me anymore. Holy shit. Holly, love you. Justin Ogalata, who is actually Brian. Love you, big guy. The thumb is not over the mic. It's just this place is just eating the shit. Everybody have a great night. Everybody have a great week. Remember, we never know what's going on in somebody else's life. So no matter what we see and no matter what we perceive or no matter what's going on, take a second to think about that person. If you see somebody freaking the fuck out, maybe go over there and give them a hand. Do something nice for somebody. Pass that shit along. Pay it forward, or pay what... You know what? I almost ended that smooth. I almost ended it smooth, and I'm staring at the damn button just so that I know where the end button is, just so that we could just fucking get in there. And of course, we're going to do it like that. But yes, everybody do your thing. Love one another. Spread that shit. Bob Marley the shit out of that, ladies and gentlemen. Spread the love everywhere that you can. Guys, do your thing. Keep it peaceful. And if you guys, again, want to join, we'll see you tomorrow over there at the meeting for the other guys, the USARK Florida. I'll keep you guys posted to what happens after that if you don't. Love you all very much. Have a great week. Fucking boom. Shit. Here we go again, bro. See, this is the damn part. I wish the phone would have just died again. Fucking A, man.